You might be asking yourself, Fuzzy, why are you showing a clip of Michael Harris laying down a sac bunt? The Atlanta Braves were 2 games away from becoming the first team in Major League Baseball history to go a full 162-game schedule without a single sac bunt. So that was the first one, and it took 160 games. What's up, everyone? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another MLB Recap. We have a lot to talk about from yesterday, but I have some sad news. Today is the final day of the 2022 regular season, but I can't wait to talk about everything that happened yesterday. Aaron Judge and Justin Verlander, they both made some history. Albert Pujols, he passed Babe Ruth a couple days ago on the all-time list, but I have a few questions about Albert, and also the playoff bracket is officially complete, so we're gonna break it down. Now, I do have a second video coming later today talking about the 60-second home run ball that was caught by a fan. Should he sell it? Should he give it back to Aaron Judge for free? Let me know, and then in the next video, we'll talk about it. Now, of course, we are going to talk about Aaron Judge, but I want to show Francisco Lindor going yard because look who grabbed it. Not a human fan like Aaron Judge in home run number 62. A dog snagged the baseball. I have never seen that in my entire life. So the Mets, they win easy, 8-0, I think it was, after rookie Francisco Alvarez destroyed his first career tater. I think he hit it 440 feet. He pimped it. He knew it was gone. So the Mets, they get to 100 wins on the season, but the Braves clinched the NL East.
I'm going to tell you anyway, the NL East is over. That's right, it's a wrap. No one is touching the Mets.
That is why, as a Guardians fan or just a fan of any professional sport, I don't talk about standings. I don't talk about being in first place because moments like that are going to happen. Your team is going to choke and it's going to be your fault. Like, I blame that guy 100% for the Mets folding. So before we talk about Aaron Judge and his 60-second home run, I just want to show this clip because it was the definition of poetic justice. So a year ago, Ronald Acuna Jr. was in Miami, and that's where he suffered his season-ending injury to his knee. If we fast forward to 2022, he makes the final play in Miami to clinch the NL East. I mean, again, how could you not love baseball? Of course that was going to happen. All right, enough funny business. It is time to talk about Aaron James Judge making some history. Well, that was in game 2. Let's talk about game 1 real quick. He's 100% the guy that panic orders when he's at a drive-thru and he notices that people are behind him. So he was throwing his helmet. I've never seen Aaron Judge visibly upset enough to throw equipment. And again, it's because he wasn't upset that he wasn't going to get the record. He was upset that fans were tuning in and feeling like he wasn't making their time worth it. And that's why Aaron Judge was upset. He's mad at himself for wasting people's time. That's just how Aaron Judge thinks, and honestly, I respect that. He is a perfect superstar. He is so good for the game of baseball. As you guys saw as I was talking, as Waldo Cabrera and Oswald Peraza, they both hit home runs in the first game. By the way, that was the first career home run for Oswald Peraza. I think that kid is going to be so special. In my opinion, he should be starting over IKF in the playoffs, but that's a different story for a different day. So the Yankees, they win game number 1, and all that matters in game number 2 is Aaron Judge. And he finally got it. The pressure is off now. Aaron Judge just had one of the top 5, top 10 greatest offensive seasons in the history of baseball. So let's say he goes 0 for 4, or let's say he doesn't even play because they want to preserve his health. He will have finished the season hitting .311 with 62 home runs. So he passes Roger Maris for the most home runs ever hit by a player in American League history. Babe Ruth didn't hit that many. You can name any powerful hitter in American League history. No one ever hit as much as Aaron Judge in 2022. He also had 131 RBIs, 16 stolen bases just because he could, a 211 OPS plus. He had 2 outs above average, so he was a plus defender and a near 11 WAR season. Aaron Judge is most likely going to win MVP, and we're going to come out with a video later about should they share the MVP, talking about Ohtani and Judge. But right now, my pick is Aaron Judge. I thought that he was going to hit 50 this season. That was my prediction. 62 with a .311 batting average. That's not supposed to be possible for a human that's 6'7". Also tossed into 16 stolen bases. It should not be physically possible. So I tip my cap to you, Aaron Judge, one of the best superstars that has ever existed, not only in baseball, but in my opinion, sports history, both on and off the field. He's an absolute joy. So he is the record holder for the most home runs ever hit by an AL player. And also, one more note about that game, Garrett Cole now has 257 strikeouts, which is a Yankees franchise record. He passes Ron Guidry. Now, real quick, I want to show this grand slam from the Red Sox game. Xander Bogaerts, he went Yabo, and that solidified the AL wildcard standing. So here's exactly what is going down in the first round. Pay attention. So the Rays and the Guardians are facing off. I mean, this is breaking news. I just saw the tweet. The Guardians and the Rays are playing at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on Friday, so 12 Eastern. That is horrible, but whatever. I guess I get it. The Mariners are facing off against the Rays, so whoever wins the Guardians and the Rays, they will play the Yankees. Whoever wins the Jays and the Mariners, they will face off against the Astros. Now, if we go to the National League, the Phillies and the Cardinals are facing off. Whoever wins that series will play the Atlanta Braves. And then in the other wild card series, we have the Padres and the Mets. That is going to be an absolute bloodbath, in my opinion. Whoever wins between the Padres and the Mets, they face the Dodgers. I wish I could just call Robert Manfred or talk to him face to face and ask why he thinks it's a great idea to put playoff baseball on ESPN2 at 9 a.m. on the West Coast and 12 p.m. on the East Coast on a Friday. Like, how is that growing the game? But a lot of people are saying it's the Rays and the Guardians. No one cares about them. Maybe you're right, but regardless, I don't think that grows the game of baseball at all. Now, the last two stories I want to talk about, no, we will not be going in-depth about every single game from yesterday because there was like 18 games. I am tired. I'm not going to do that. Justin Verlander, he all but wrapped up the Cy Young yesterday. Unless Shohei throws a perfect game later today, which I'm rooting for because then the MVP race is going to get even spicier. But 39-year-old Justin Verlander lowers his ERA to 1.74. He also had a crazy 2.49 FIP, so he is going to win the award. He had the second lowest ERA ever by a 39 or older player. I mean, the second lowest since 1908 when Cy Young had a 1.26 ERA. He also became the first pitcher ever, the very first, to have 3 starts in one season where he went 5 or more innings without allowing a single base hit. Justin Verlander at 39 years old, he aged like fine wine, and it might have been his best season ever. And last but not least, a few days ago, we saw that Albert Pujols tied Babe Ruth and eventually passed him for second most all-time on the RBI list. So he now has 2,218. He is 79 RBIs behind Hank Aaron. And after what we saw in the second half, where he hit 323 with 14 home runs and a near 1,000 OPS, why would he retire? I mean, maybe it's a good idea to go out on top because we have so many good memories to replace all of the bad years that we've seen from Pujols when he was on the Angels and he wasn't so great with the Dodgers. I mean, he was still good for the Dodgers against lefties, but aside from that, the last decade of Albert Pujols has been kind of marred by injuries and poor play. So I feel like he should go out on top. He should definitely retire. Being second is cool, unless your name is Ricky Bobby, and I don't think that Albert Pujols' name is Ricky Bobby. Well, everyone, that does it for today's recap. I'm still only using my right hand, but I don't have to wear that brace anymore. My shoulder is still hurting, but I just want to let you guys know, thank you so much for all of the support that we had on the 2022 regular season MLB Recap. You guys have been supporting the series like crazy. So again, thank you so much. This series will be coming back for 2023. These are my favorite videos to make the last few weeks of baseball since I kind of changed Recap to not talk about every single play from every single game. I've been having way more fun. It's much easier to tell stories, and I really am enjoying myself. So thank you guys. I appreciate your support, and enjoy the Web Gems.
That's it on the ground, smothered by Lindor. He gets to his feet and
but there's no hold.
Teed off this time. That is deep. Back goes Straw onto the warning track and makes a.
This one hits the mound. Backhand by Franco. He's going to go to first, and a nice play.
After failing that pitch off his knee, gets the rest of the night off. Trey's going to have a long way to go here, and a tough chance. Trey makes the play.
hit into left center field. On the move is Hampson. Dives and he makes the catch. Garrett Hampson laying out, getting out number 2. And he lines one. Oh, and Lindor is able to leap and grab it. But Lindor had the hops.